1. Louis Capaldi, Glastonbury struggle became his turning point. 2. Louis Capaldi, how antipsychotic medication changed my life. 3. Louis Capaldi's mental health journey, from panic attacks to triumph. 1. Louis Capaldi, Glastonbury struggle became his turning point. Imagine being on the cusp of stardom, with thousands of adoring fans screaming your name, and yet, feeling utterly trapped and helpless. This was the harsh reality for Louis Capaldi during his 2023 Glastonbury Festival set, where his struggles with Tourette Syndrome reached a boiling point. But here's where it gets surprising, the singer now views that unfinished performance as a blessing in disguise. In a candid interview with YouTuber Theo Von, Capaldi revealed that he had been putting off seeking help for his condition, despite experiencing a similar episode just weeks prior to Glastonbury. The pressure to constantly perform and the fear of missing out on opportunities had taken a toll on his mental health. "I was really bad for not saying no to things," he admitted. "I felt like this is going to pass me by if I don't say yes to all this amazing stuff coming at me." The Glastonbury performance was a turning point for Capaldi. Despite the initial disappointment and frustration, he felt a weight lift off his shoulders as he realized he needed to prioritize his health. "When I got off stage, everyone else around me was a bit like, 'Oh, this is the worst thing ever,' and I had this weird sort of feeling like a weight had been lifted," he recalled. Capaldi's decision to take a break from touring was met with surprise, but it ultimately proved to be a wise move. He has since made a triumphant return to the music scene, including a surprise 35-minute set on the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury last month. His new track, Survive, has soared to number 1 on the UK singles chart, and he has announced a comeback UK and Ireland tour. But here's the part most people miss: Capaldi's struggles with Tourette Syndrome are far from over. The condition causes sudden, repetitive sounds or movements, and while treatment can help manage the tics, there is no cure. It's a harsh reality that Capaldi faces every day, and one that he is determined to raise awareness about. As we reflect on Capaldi's journey, it's clear that his unfinished Glastonbury set was a wake-up call. It forced him to confront his struggles. 2. Louis Capaldi, how antipsychotic medication changed my life. Imagine stepping onto a stage and feeling like you're about to implode. Louis Capaldi knows this terrifying sensation all too well. But here's where it gets controversial: the Scottish singer credits antipsychotic medication with saving his career and mental health. In the summer of 2023, Capaldi had a breakdown during a performance at the Glastonbury Festival, struggling to continue. His fans heroically stepped in to finish the song "Someone You Loved," but this moment marked a turning point for the artist. Following this harrowing experience, Capaldi took a break from public performances. However, he recently returned to Glastonbury and is now embarking on a sold-out tour across the UK and Ireland, with more shows planned in Australia and New Zealand. This remarkable comeback is partly due to his decision to try antipsychotic medication. In an interview with comedian Theo Von on YouTube, Capaldi opened up about his mental health journey. He described feeling numb on antidepressants and experiencing severe lows when he discontinued them. It wasn't until he started taking aripiprazole, an antipsychotic often used for conditions like Tourette Syndrome, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia, that he began to see real improvement. "It was really scary when they offered it up," Capaldi admitted, questioning whether he truly needed such strong medication. Yet, he found that aripiprazole made a significant impact on his well-being. "It's changed my life," he emphasized. "It's genuinely been a massive help." Beyond medication, Capaldi has implemented various lifestyle changes. He reduced his alcohol consumption, adjusted his diet, and started exercising regularly. These efforts have resulted in a noticeable transformation. He has lost about 28 pounds since January, and his anxiety levels have plummeted. "My stress levels are so much lower now," Capaldi shared. "I don't know if it's all related to the medication or the other choices I've made, it's probably a bit of both." The Glastonbury performance in 2023 was indeed one of the lowest points of Capaldi's life. He recalls feeling overwhelmed during the show, contemplating whether he would ever perform again. However, he managed to push through and finish the set, a decision he later realized was crucial for his recovery. A similar incident occurred in Chicago a few weeks prior, where Capaldi had a severe panic attack and couldn't even return to the stage to complete a song. While these experiences were intensely distressing, they ultimately motivated Capaldi to seek help and make significant changes in his life. So, what do you think? Should artists be more open about their mental health struggles and the treatments they use? Or does this type of disclosure raise concerns about the portrayal of mental illness in the media? Share your thoughts in the comments. 3. Lewis Capaldi's mental health journey, from panic attacks to triumph. Imagine the sheer terror of being unable to return to the stage mid-performance, your body convulsing in the shadows. This was the harrowing reality for Lewis Capaldi, a reality that shook him to his core. But here's where it gets controversial. Lewis Capaldi, the Scottish sensation known for his heartfelt melodies, has made significant strides in managing his mental health over the past few years. In a candid conversation on Theo Von's This Past Weekend podcast, he revealed a chilling incident that left him convulsing backstage during a concert. This wasn't just any concert, it was a pivotal moment that forced him to confront his vulnerabilities. The episode, which occurred in Chicago, was even more severe than his widely reported struggle at the 2023 Glastonbury Festival. "I couldn't come back on stage and finish the song," Capaldi confessed to Von. "I was backstage, convulsing and experiencing an intense panic attack. It was the first time my audience witnessed something so raw and terrifying." Capaldi has been refreshingly open about his battles with mental health and Tourette Syndrome, a condition characterized by involuntary tics. In April 2023, he disclosed that his Tourette symptoms had escalated to a point where he contemplated stepping away from music entirely. The Glastonbury breakdown was the tipping point. After fans literally sang him through his set, Capaldi knew he had to take a break. "It was the lowest moment of my life," I realized, 2 or 3 songs in, that this would be my last gig for a while. I needed to get help." Fast forward 2 years, and Capaldi is back with a vengeance. "Therapy and exercise have been his lifelines," he told Von. In a triumphant return to Glastonbury this past June, he delivered a surprise set that felt like a comeback moment. Shortly after, he announced a generous donation of 734,000 hours of free virtual therapy through BetterHelp, inspired by his own journey. "It was lovely," he reflected on the Glastonbury performance. "A really special moment." But here's a thought-provoking question: should artists feel pressured to push through their mental health struggles for the sake of their careers? What are your thoughts? Share your agreement or disagreement in the comments below. Watch Capaldi's full, heartfelt conversation with Von to gain deeper insights into his journey.